So it was the just the
Yeah.
silhouette of the eyes, and everybody thought, oh, we're going to be this, really cool crocodile or something like that. And then they announced Chihuahuas, and it was, some mixed reactions out there.
Of
But when they
course.
released the whole logo, I mean, how can you not fall in love?
Is there anybody there?
All right, all right, all right. Well, welcome everybody to yet another episode of the Dad Hat Chronicles. My name is Ed, also known as the Dad Hat, and with me, as always, my co-host, my good friend Val, Stadium Food Girl. What up, girl?
Hi, I'm so excited today, Ed, I've been texting you all week talking about I am so excited. Even 2 weeks ago, I was like, I'm so excited. I'm so excited for this guest that we have on today.
Yeah, it's funny because you've been sending me pictures, the Instagram link, so I know you are excited. So I'm gonna let you go on, do your thing, girl.
So everyone, again, I'm so excited. Today we have one of my very good friends, Adriana, with us today. We have hung out a couple of times. We, of course, met through the beautiful sport of baseball, but Adriana, we have you on today. Thank you so much for joining us. I know you're super busy, and so.
No, super excited to be on with you guys and, just talk baseball, food, and all the great stuff that goes along with it.
Yes.
Absolutely.
If you could, in just a few words, what you do exactly with the El Paso Chihuahuas AAA affiliate of the San Diego Padres.
Yeah, absolutely. So I am the director of food and beverage out there with the El Paso Chihuahuas. Whoop, whoop. And yeah, so everything food and beverage related, everything from concession food, anything we do up in the suites, in the club, our bars, all that great stuff. I have the honor of creating some really great experiences for our guests and making sure our season ticket holders don't get bored of the same food every day.
I highly doubt that they get bored with all the food that you guys have. So
Kudos to our chef and our team. I mean, Chef Maria Barragan Hurtado, she does an amazing job of really, coming up with some great stuff at the beginning of the season. But not just that, she also does a great job every time we have a theme night. Like she goes all in, man. Whether it's Star Wars night,
Mhm.
Harry
my
Potter or
favorite.
Wizard night. I mean, she just all in.
One, my daughter would love Harry Potter night. Me, I would love Star Wars night.
Perfect.
I know, right? And we have a Chihuahua ourselves. A little gypsy. She
Oh,
weighs less than 5 pounds. I want you to know that she literally weighs less than five
They
pounds.
a
I'm
good
not
usually
chi-
do.
joking.
a good Chihuahua is 5 pounds or less.
Yeah.
That's true. So,
Rule of thumb. But yeah, no, I can attest to that. We went last year for the very first time, and Adriana and Chef Maria, and oh my gosh, I remind me who we met. What was his name?
Yeah. So Brad Taylor, the
Brad.
GM
Yeah.
and president of the team, went ahead and joined us
oh,
halfway through our show, our little walkthrough of everything. He joined us up in the West Star Club.
Yes.
Um, yeah, I mean, you guys tried a bunch of stuff together, and his
It was
favorite was some of those chicken taquitos you guys tried.
that
it was
just sounds
bad.
delicious.
Yeah, she had you had reached out through the Pro Sports Catering account, and we kind of connected that way. And my fiance and I had been planning a trip out to El Paso for the longest. And I love El Paso. It's one of my favorite cities. And he had never been, and I was like, okay, this is perfect. I keep seeing the food posts on Instagram. You had never, I'm telling him, you have never been. He's a huge Padres fan, born and raised in San Diego. And I was like, we have every opportunity to go. Like, we have plenty of vacation time. Let's just do this. So we drove from Vegas. We crossed off a few cities on that trip, but one of our cities that we went to was in El Paso, and the setup was absolutely incredible. But even besides that, you walk in and it's like a beautiful view of downtown El Paso from behind home plate. You've got the burger stand with like 12 different burgers out in left field. And then right behind you is Mexico. And so it's just,
Literally.
you
Mm-hmm.
walk in and you can just feel what El Paso has to offer in that stadium. And it's incredible.
Definitely, El Paso and Juarez go together, and even Las Cruces. But it is such a wonderful city with such a great culture and just a smorgasbord of different foods and cuisine. So we definitely try to pull a bunch of stuff in from everywhere. And you're absolutely right. She kids you not when she says, you're literally half a mile, if not less, from the Mexican border.
Oh,
Yeah.
I believe it. I've been to El
Hmm.
Paso. It's beautiful. I actually got to cross border when I was in El Paso too, though. So I spent a couple of hours on the other side of Mexico. So it was amazing. It was beautiful. I have not been to El Paso yet. No, I mean to the stadium. Okay, so I'm great, a big Chihuahuas fan, right? A great Brandios logo, by the way. So
Hmm. Yep.
Brandios was the designer of that logo. So shout out to Brandios for a wonderful El Paso logo, the Chihuahua. So go
God,
ahead.
we
I'm
got
sorry.
so much. No, we got so much heat at first, but it is one of the number one logos out there in minor league baseball.
I
I mean,
remember that.
yeah, I mean, it is such a awesome, ornery, fun-loving Chihuahua. Chico's just amazing.
Chico.
He's everything. I mean, he's amazing. But yeah, no, I mean, we definitely work very closely with our partner, the Mountain Star Sports Group, to make sure that we represent the brand as best as we can, as true as we can to Chico and the Padres as well. And again, it's just who would have thought, right? A Chico, Chihuahuas, down in El Paso, the armpit of Texas. But
It
no,
is.
it's
I hate that. I mean,
yeah,
and it's not. I hate that that's the actual, like, people do call it that.
yeah.
So I remember when the logo when it was released, right? Because I believe, if I'm not mistaken, the name was released first, and then the logo was released afterwards. Am I correct on that?
I think it was actually backwards.
Backwards.
So,
Okay.
yes, they released the top five names, and one of them was like, I don't know if it was like the alligators or something to that sort, and they released the eyes. So it was the just the
Yeah.
silhouette of the eyes, and everybody thought, oh, we're going to be this, really cool crocodile or something like that. And then they announced Chihuahuas, and it was, some mixed reactions out there.
Of
But when they
course.
released the whole logo, I mean, how can you not fall in love?
Absolutely.
No,
No.
seriously.
I
He's the
mean,
Yeah.
cutest.
I own so many Chihuahua hats and still want to get some more hats. It's not even funny how many hats I have. I think just because, like, I'm a huge 47 brand person. So
Mm-hmm.
there is this one where I want to get the hat, which is the diamond dog cap, which is like the full Chihuahua standing up.
Yes.
Mm.
We'll get you one. I'll make it
Oh,
happen.
oh,
I
okay.
may know a
Well,
person or two.
uh, so let me ask you this, because according to Brandios, right, when someone releases a logo, right, the team releases the logo, there's this thing called the J curve, what they call the J curve, right? At first they're like, no, we don't like it, and then they work up to it. How long was that period of time in which it went from not really liking it to like, man, this is our logo?
Goodness. I
I
want
know
to,
I'm tough questions here. I'm sorry.
yeah, no. I don't think it took too long.
Hmm.
I want to say, within the first 6 months, we went from, some mixed reaction, especially here locally, because outside of El Paso, people were loving it right off the bat,
Oh,
right? But I mean, no, they no more than like shoot, and I may even be wrong, and I do apologize, Angela, if you're listening and I get this wrong, but no, I mean, yeah, just um, no, it picked up steam. I wish I could have a better answer for you.
no, it's fine. I mean, it's fine. Like, I mean, it well, I remember, like I said, I remember when it came out, and I remember me all right off the bat. I'm like, Yes, I love it. I think it's great. It's like there's never been a Chihuahua logo, right? Or a name like
Hmm.
that. And when I saw it, and I'm all the way out in, North Carolina, but when it came out, I was in Cleveland, Ohio, and I'm like, oh my God, yeah, absolutely. Why not?
Yeah, no, I mean, and like I said, very quickly, it became, we had merchandise shipped out to all 50 states.
I
I
believe it.
mean,
Oh yeah.
super quick. And to your point, you said you have a bunch of hats and whatnot. David, our store manager, our souvenir store, and all that stuff. He does such an amazing job in switching up all of the gear and just keeping it fresh. And there's different things almost every month. So you need to visit the souvenir store at least once a month to make sure you have all of the updated gear that we're rolling out.
I believe it. I absolutely believe it.
On that same note, let me just say, I think the Chihuahuas do such a good job with creating and getting so much hype. I follow, on social media, and every time, on Instagram, you see a theme night, the comment section just goes crazy. And you know what I love the most is through the comment section and through the hype that the El Paso Chihuahuas get on Instagram. I learned about, and I know I feel like such a fake baseball fan for saying this, but I learned about the El Paso Diablos, and
Yes.
I
Yes.
through Instagram, I think I had seen them post like someone was wearing a Diablos hat to a game. Like this was a few years ago, and
Hmm.
they just continue to love what they have now. The Chihuahua logo, obviously, but then the margaritas,
Yes.
SpongeBob night was huge.
Yes.
And so it's one of those teams where it's like there isn't a bad hat to wear to a game because every logo goes so hard. It's the best.
Oh, absolutely. And the Diablos, yeah, obviously, I'm sure you did your research, but such a rich baseball history, and that's what
Yeah.
started baseball in town was the Diablos, and the different logos that even they went through. Right, the most famous one I want to say is the pitchfork
Yes.
logo.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, no, Jim Paul, and when he started that down here, he just did an amazing job. And again, going back to how you're talking about promotional nights and things like that, we're truly blessed to have such a great partner in the
Mhm.
Chihuahuas and to work with them on, again, all these theme nights, whether it was a SpongeBob night, a Star Wars night. Shoot, I even remember one of my favorites was the Hot Cheetos night.
Oh my
That
god.
jersey
Ooh,
was
Um,
fire.
literally and
Literally.
say
figuratively.
that. I
Yes.
think I want to say it was the Chihuahuas that posted a few days on Instagram a bracket of the best jerseys.
Hmm.
I don't know if you saw that post. And I learned that there was a hot Cheeto night through that post. I was like, it just keeps getting better and better with them.
Oh
Like
my
they
God,
have
I love
Yeah.
never
hot
gone wrong.
Cheetos.
Yes. I mean, we had so much fun with Hot Cheetos night. You can
Yes.
imagine everything in the ballpark was either dusted with
Oh,
Hot Cheetos here, Hot Cheetos there. I mean,
the hot
yeah,
Cheetos
no.
burrito. Oh, heaven, heaven.
Cali burrito with some hot Cheetos in it. Yeah, for
You guys
Oh,
sure.
had a Stanlot jersey, a Loteria jersey,
Yes.
the Dogface jersey. And you know what else I love too? And I know every minor league team kind of sort of does this, at least through like with the colors. But you guys even had an EP El Paso swag chain jersey. You guys, and I have heard so many great things about how much people love the brown and yellow as
Yes.
well with the, seeing that EP brown and yellow hat too. That one is a huge, like, very loved item as well.
Oh, absolutely. And the great thing about our city and our fans is, they'll reach out and they'll say, what are the players wearing today? Because we want to match whatever the uniform is.
that's
Yeah.
Right. So we
hilarious.
have we have a get up for every uniform. So if the guest wants to match and come out in, full regalia, they absolutely can.
Oh my God, look at that Chihuahua jersey,
Yes.
hot Cheetos. I'm on the Instagram page right now. I'm not even kidding you. I'm looking at and I'm like, oh yes.
Yes, they were doing like a bracket on their. Oh, they're still doing it. The story post. So keep up
Yeah.
with it. And right now they're making us choose between the SpongeBob and Scooby Doo. Like, how am I supposed to do
Scooby
that?
Doo, Scooby Doo, Scooby
Oh
Doo.
no,
Sorry,
SpongeBob.
I
Yes.
can't, I'm sorry. I'm a Scooby Doo guy. I grew up on that. I won't say my age. But yeah, I'm a Scooby Doo guy.
It's one of the best. I love it. And you know what else I love too is, again, and I had mentioned this earlier, and I had told you guys when I was there too, I absolutely love how let's say you only have, like, we only had 24 hours in El Paso. We went to El Paso. We got there, I want to say, no, we got there like at 12 p.m. We met Chuck and Desiree. I don't know if you remember them, the huge Chihuahuas fans, Adriana.
Yes,
Um,
yes.
we met up with them in downtown El Paso, went to the game, and then we left the next morning. But because my fiance had never been to El Paso, he even mentioned that you learn so much about what the city has to offer within, like, just going into that stadium. And another great example besides the food is when you go into the team store, and then of course you're seeing all the merch. You guys have the star that pays tribute to the star on the mountain in El Paso as well, which is so beautiful.
Yes, I mean, gorgeous. As you're flying in, or even as you're driving down I-10, they did a full reno on that star, and it shines super bright.
It's
But hence
so
the name of the team, right? The ownership team, Mount Star Sports Group. Paying homage to that gorgeous star up on the mountain.
Cool.
And yeah, I mean, we use it wherever we can. We have a suite that's called Mountain Star Suite. So yeah, we definitely embrace and try to show off El Paso culture and just everything that we can to show off our city when you walk into the ballpark.
Two
Um,
things that I love about that you guys do also. One is the that you guys sell a jersey, the Sultanes de Monterrey. Very
yes,
nice. And then Chico Town.
yes.
that Chuco town is so popular. So, um, so popular actually that the University up the street, UTEP,
Yeah.
they recently got some love for doing El Chuco football helmets, and they
No
wore those. I want to say
way.
this last weekend,
Oh, it's
but
so cute.
yeah. So our lovely nickname for El Paso, El Chuco, and the silver, black, and white, giving off kind of those Raider vibes, but um, just a great looking jersey, really represents our city and just kind of, again, showing love,
Yo, those jerseys and helmets for UTEP.
right?
What?
Not us shopping.
I should not see that. You can't be doing this to me. Like those are legit. Oh, Lord have mercy. No, I'm turning it off because if not, I'm gonna be spending some money. I can't do it, and then my
No,
wife is gonna be mad at
I,
me.
I think we're going back next year for sure.
Oh, we would
Let me
love to
know. I'll
have
go
you
because I've never
both.
been.
Oh, yes. But I think we're gonna fly this time because that drive through New Mexico is rough.
Yeah, there's not much going on for sure, but no, we would love to host the both of you, get you some gear and have you come
Oh,
out and try all of our amazing food. I know Chef has been working on some things. We've had some conversations about a birria cart, which is new. We've never done birria out at the ballpark, so that will be interesting.
oh,
Um, and to your point, it's just switching it up. We
Yeah.
won't have 12 burgers, but we'll definitely have at least six over at our bullpen burger cart.
It felt like 12. I had never seen that many options at once at a minor league. I don't even know if at a major or minor league ballpark, but I went and I was walking up with Chuck at Chucked Up on Instagram. You guys, if you love El Paso Chihuahua content, he's your guy. But I walked up with Chuck and
we follow each other.
yeah, and it was like the jalapeno popper burger that I had tried. I think
Oh,
it was like
yes.
my favorite. And then it was like a bacon cheeseburger one. And then like
Hmm.
it was just so many. And I remember I was recording them and then I looked over and there was more and I was like, okay, let me clean my camera lens. Let me like do the 0.5 so I can really get like a good view of all these options here. It was a lot.
I
And
mean,
it
and
was
and for those of you listening, depending on where you're at, when she says jalapeno popper, it's not your typical, breaded jalapeno with cream cheese and cheddar. This is a traditional Mexican jalapeno popper. This is a jalapeno stuffed with, again, cream cheese, but then it's bacon wrapped.
oh
No.
my god.
Flash fried,
Oh,
absolutely delicious.
Threw a toothpick as the
Yep.
garnish on top of a burger.
I'm not.
See,
I'm not hungry at all. Don't worry. I'm not hungry at all.
You're the only one. Speak for
I'm
yourself.
starving now with just listening to jalapeno poppers. Are you kidding me?
On that note, Adriana, I know I wasn't there this season, but can you talk us through maybe like a few of like the best sellers and maybe what was one of like your favorite items that was available this season for those who were able to go?
Has to be
Yeah.
the dog bowl. One of them has to be the dog bowl,
You know,
right?
if I could, I would put everything in a dog bowl. It's so awesome. You can do so many things with it. But so yeah, hands down, one of our best sellers is obviously the loaded nachos in a dog bowl. Whether it's the carne asada nachos, the brisket nachos, and
Oh,
it's not your traditional barbecue brisket. It's your more um abuelita tia type brisket with the Claude's barbecue, the Claude sauce kind of
Oh,
mix in it. And then we also had the we also had your traditional picadillo, just ground beef type top nachos. Those are always our best sellers. The next item that's pretty up there, that's a fan favorite, and it's been a recipe that we've carried since the ballpark opened, is called the Chihuahua dog.
mm.
So it's our version of a Sonoran hot dogs, bacon wrapped and then topped with pinto beans, pico de gallo, mayo, ketchup, nacho cheese. I mean,
Mm.
it's just, oh, delicious. Oh, goodness.
Oh, sweet
I'm
Lord.
And
not.
our
I'm hanging on to the photos I have from last year.
You know, you
but
can just upload them to the cloud so that way it doesn't take up space on your phone and then keep going, right?
Yeah, no, I'm like, oh my gosh. No, but I mean, I can't stop looking at them. I was so sad I didn't go this year.
oh yeah,
I
but you're gonna come this year, this upcoming season,
I am.
and we're gonna have a blast.
It's gonna be the best.
boom.
What about like your favorite? What was like your favorite?
My favorite, it wasn't necessarily one of Chef's creations, but again, with the economy and just the way things are, we had some souvenir items that we didn't quite know what to do with. And we're always listening to fan feedback. And one of the things was, something that perhaps is a little bit more family friendly, something that's a little bit more price conscious. We have these really great beef flautas that we get
Oh,
from our distributor, and we ended up doing a dog bowl flauta and a for because we also host soccer at our stadium. We ended up using a bucket,
Mhm.
but that dog bowl flauta with like 20 flautas, lettuce, tomato, all the
20?
toppings, that thing looked bomb and it was absolutely delicious.
my daughter loves
Handheld
flautas, so
food,
yeah.
quick and easy to eat.
Mm,
Who doesn't like a flauta?
for
You know
real.
what that concept kind of reminds me of, which actually brings me to a question real quick. So that concept with the flautas inside the bowl reminds me of how Chico's the restaurant does it. Was that kind
Oh
of like the
yes.
inspiration?
So yes and no. Um, Chico's, it's not Chico's unless you have that tomato sauce,
True.
that bath. But no, we for some of our theme nights, especially when we had the Chuco night and those specialty jerseys and whatnot, we definitely took a page out of the Chico's Tacos book and
As you
try to
should.
do something similar. We obviously can't compare, but we try our hardest to get that Chico's Tacos.
I
Mm.
mean, Chico's Tacos, for those who don't know, is like the spot in El Paso. But if you are not able to make it to Chico's Tacos, you're going to be just as satisfied going to Chihuahua's game. And was that the inspiration for the mascot / like logo name? I always wondered.
I don't think so. I think, um, there's always those typical dog names,
Hmm.
Okay.
right? And in Spanish, I want to say that's one of them. Chico, ven pa acá.
Yeah.
True
It
story. True
is.
story.
No, that's great. No, I can totally understand. I mean, 20 flautas and I eat like a family of four, so it's fine.
Like, how do you decide what to eat? You know what I mean? Like, oh, I want everything.
Right. No,
Well,
it's
I
especially
mean, we get a lot of those questions. They'll come up to the guest services booth and they're like, what do you recommend? Or, same thing, like, what's your favorite? Or what's the number one selling item? I think it just has to do with, what mood you're in, because
Mm,
if you get something that you're just not quite craving, it's not going to hit the same.
I
Right. So if
got
you're
you.
heading to the ballpark and you're like, you have your heart set on a hot dog, then I'm definitely going to send you to the Juarez dog cart.
Mhm.
Right. I don't want you to have a regular Nathan's. Not that there's anything bad with it, right? A regular, hot dog, but I want you to get the full experience. I'm going to send you to go get a Juarez dog,
Mhm.
a bacon wrap Juarez dog. If you
Okay.
want a burger, I'm going to send you to Bullpen Burgers and get, our Chuco burger, some ham, the patty,
Mm.
some weenie, some hot dog slices in there, fully loaded. Um, but yeah,
Now
no,
we're
I mean
talking.
it's hard. It's hard to really, say you have to try this one thing. Like this is the one thing you need
Right.
to have. Yeah.
That the way you just explained your recommendation, like if someone's craving a hot dog, is perfect, because if you're somebody like me whose passport is 12 years expired and you can't cross the border to go get a hot dog, it's okay because you're at Southwest University Park and it works out.
Absolutely.
You might
Yep.
want to renew that passport.
Yeah, I know.
You
Yeah,
have
no.
to. We'll take you across the border. We'll take you to some bomb taco places. We'll
Mm.
take you
Yeah.
to go have an actual Juarez dog, and then we can compare and see, what we need to do to tweak it.
Mm.
It's so funny that you say that, because that is all on my list for when I do renew my passport. And when you go up, it reminded me more that I needed to. Specifically, I remember when I got to the ballpark, and like out in left field when you can take the stairs to go to the second level.
Yes.
That's where you can see Mexico, and from the second level of the ballpark. And I remember looking out and I was just like, man, it's so close yet so far away, because if I try crossing, y'all are not going to hear from me for a while, because
Like, I'm going on a food adventure. Here I go.
and so yeah, no, I definitely need to renew it. And what better, the goal is to have it renewed and not be so lazy and have it renewed by the time we get to El Paso.
Perfect.
So let me ask you this, and whenever you guys are thinking about something, it's like, the inspiration. Do you guys look at it from, like, obviously from Mexico, and then within Tampa, like, where does mostly, like, do you guys do this like in a group? How does that work out for you guys?
Good. Well, we've actually done it a few different ways. A lot of it is us going out and visiting local restaurants and, you know, um, on the weekends hitting up the different markets and whatnot, looking out for the newest food truck and just kind of seeing what they're doing and what our local community is into. A lot of it is also, as you guys mentioned, Instagram so much, right? Whether it's Instagram or TikTok, and just the influence that has. We also like to borrow and tweak different ideas from several different bar plugs actually. Um,
Good.
I also run the Pro Sports Catering Instagram account, so I have access to all of our different ballparks across the country and things that they submit. So it's always amazing to see the creativity out there and how we can take something and again make it your own, right? Give it a little twist, throw some jalapeno on there,
Mm.
um, whatnot. But a little bit of everything. Our company also likes to keep things exciting. They put out this contest. Where the best or the most creative culinary innovation for the year gets a nice hefty chunk of change. So it makes all of us very competitive, right? To try and get that award. but uh, but no, it's great. It really is great, especially when we get to meet together once a year and just share everything that we've done and what's worked and what hasn't, and be able to share what worked for us and give that experience to another fan in another part of the country.
That's awesome.
on
Absolutely love it.
on that same note of like creativity, I want to also say that the El Paso Chihuahuas have some of the most fun and most creative food containers. Like, I don't know if you guys are going to have these next year, but these were so fun to drink out of. These little margarita or cocktail cups with like the helmet on
Mhm.
top.
Oh, the fish bowls. Yes.
It's so
We
cute.
So I catch a lot of heat from my staff, especially my warehouse manager, because he's like, "What am I going to do with all these souvenirs? Where am I going to store them?"
Don't you
But
worry, we will take care of it.
yes, but to your point, I think people get bored of the same cup. People get bored of coming out and getting their food in a paper boat and stuff like that. So
Mhm.
how can we continue to grow our brand and make food fun? And absolutely, where I'm always looking for new souvenirs, new cups, new vessels. Shout out to Churchill. They do an amazing
Yes.
job for us. Shout out to Whirly. They're the ones who do our dog bowls and some great quality, great looking dog bowls. Um, Shout out to Henya who did those fishbowl helmets that you just showed out. So yeah, no, we have some really great partners that I'm like, I'm looking for this. What do you got?
Yes.
And even when they don't, they're so great at helping us come out with something new.
That's so funny that you say that, because our good friend Mr. Eric Prophet was there.
That's true.
Second to last game of the season, and he had sent me a photo of this, and I think you guys were sold out. But like that,
Mhm.
it's fine, because like, that's great that you guys are selling out of this stuff, because it's so cool to drink out of, and especially if you're a hat person, it's so cute. I'm a huge hat person, so if my drink comes with the hat, of course I'm going to take 20. Like,
Of course you are.
Yes.
Like I
Yeah.
even see here the little mason jar with the El Paso Margaritas, with the logo. I mean, you guys go above and beyond just to not only think about the actual food item or drink, but like the actual vessel in which the food comes in.
yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Presentation is everything. And like I said, we think a lot about our season ticket holders, right? They're out there, and they come out to all 75 games. How can we break up that monotony? So whenever we play as the margaritas, we got a margarita special, and it comes in that special margarita mason jar. So we really embrace all of our logos and try to do the most that we can with them. Absolutely.
That's great thinking, because we live in a world where in today's world is where the phone eats first, right? Everyone
Mhm.
Yep.
photos before, no matter how starving you are, get the video, get the photo. And so it's so fun. Like, it's such an aesthetic, everything about like how the food comes in and how the drink comes in at this ballpark specifically is so aesthetic. And it's just, and then you guys have that really colorful, I don't know if it's still there, but if you guys still have that really colorful car out in left field, just,
Oh, yes. La
You-
pecera.
yes. You
Yes. So,
throughout, so good.
yeah, again, we work very closely with our partner, whether it's something that they have that they don't have a need for, and we can find something creative to do with it. And that's exactly what happened with that. It was a souvenir kind of store thing, and then like, what, we're not going to use it anymore. Do you think you can do something with it? And I'm like, yes, fish bowls, Spanish, la pecera, cocktails, fully loaded, done.
I
And
love that.
again, truly embracing, again, our culture and just everything down here. It's fully decked out with the paper mache flags that you typically see in a Mexican restaurant. Valerie, you saw it up and close. It's just, a vibrant.
I was so taken back by it, and I noticed when I left, but I'm being re-triggered. I don't have any photos of that little stand. I remember when I left, I was like, oh my gosh, we got our drinks from there, and I was so taken back by the drink and the actual stand that I didn't even get a photo of it. So,
Oh, well, I'll send you guys one over in case you guys want to post it or share it.
Yep. Done.
Absolutely.
I hope you guys enjoy that episode with Val and I, with Adriana. Make sure you guys come back next week, okay? We will be discussing more food items. We will be discussing more of El Paso Chihuahuas, some merchandise, some of the future events that there's going to be happening at the ballpark, as well as, obviously, my famous, not so famous questions. But before I go, guys, I want to make sure that you guys are making sure that you guys are following not only Val and I, but also Adriana. Make sure that you are going to my YouTube channel. Stay up to date there. So make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the like button on the videos, because not only do you see the episodes for this podcast, but also the live shows that goes on every Tuesday and Thursdays at 9 p.m. Eastern time. Again, make sure you guys hit the subscribe button and then tell one more person about it. All right. Until then, guys, keep grinding, and then always support the minor leagues. See ya.
This podcast is part of the Curved Brim Media Network. Here are some of the other members of Curved Brim Media.
Hi, this is Kelly Robinson, the Minor League Nerd. My YouTube channel explores the history of minor league baseball teams. More than just stats, we delve into team lineage, sharing stories from current franchises to obscure one-year wonders.
I'm Paul Caputo, and on the Baseball by Design podcast, I talk to minor league baseball teams, designers, and other super interesting people about what these minor league baseball logos mean. And I talk a little bit about ice cream helmets.
What's up, Bucketheads? I'm Anna DiTomaso, and each week on the Baseball Bucket List podcast, I speak with a different fan about their favorite baseball memories, what the game means to them, and what's left to check off on their baseball bucket list.
Hey everyone, it's Eric from the great state of Kansas.
This is Johnny from the New Orleans Baby Cakes Memorial Museum.
And we are the Earn Fun Average Podcast,
where we talk to a variety of guests about their love of baseball and have fun doing it.
America, lower your standards.
Average is what we do best.
This is Patrick
and Corey
of baseballmapper.com. And we have made an interactive map to help highlight all baseball teams from the majors down to collegiate summer leagues.
We want to bring you closer to baseball. So get on the site and find a team near you today.
Hey guys, this is Patrick Larson from the Minor League Baseball Hat History Series. And in every episode, I go through the history of minor league teams through my personal collection of hats. You can find me on Twitter at @PatLarson1. I hope you guys enjoy.
Learn more about Curve Brim Media at curvebrimmedia.com.